Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are back with Ruins of Originia, but not Mission 3 today. We're actually doing Part 2 of Mission 2, Guild of Rivalry. I know I finished it last time, but since then, a user by name of Galaer, who is an avid ghoster, he doesn't primarily do Supreme Ghost, but when he ghosted this mission, he was able to figure out two, arguably three ways to improve my run in Part 1. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you and pick up at a certain point, and then actually reduce the amount of busts by quite a few. He claimed a successful ghost of this run when he reported on it. I am not going to do that today, and I'll explain where our disagreement is there. It's really up to the community to decide, or each person's interpretation really to decide. That doesn't really matter. The point of this video is to show you those improvements. So big kudos to him for that. So I am going to reload this. These are the same save games that I had before. But I'm going to reload this one and then talk a little bit about our first involvement. So this is obviously at our entrance to Bantar's lab here. We have to get up here. Or actually, you have to get to where you smash the last icicles, because that triggers or checks off finding a way to Bantar's lab. So that you have to do. But as soon as you enter this lab, and you sort of see Bantar, even though we see him now, then you get the killing objective for Bantar. Once you kill him, then you get the killing of the clones objective. And once you kill the clones, you get the destroying of the cloning machine objective. So all those three objectives, it's in our best interest not to ever trigger. So that is what we're going to do. So we're not going to go into the lab this way. That is the only way to eliminate the bust of killing the fiends using the bots. Because if you enter by way of the back entrance, you won't get close enough to Bantar to ever trigger this objective. But getting up by an alternate way is a little bit tricky, but that's where he found a good and predictable method. So we would need to return from here and go back down to where we use the deity stones. So that I've already done. So I'm gonna load up that. So all I've done here is, I didn't want to redo the drop, which can be a little bit difficult if you want to drop without using or leaving a rope arrow. So all I've done is gone back here now, but you have to destroy this crystal here, go up there, destroy the icicles in order to find your way into Bantar's lab to check off that mandatory objective. Galaer claims that destroying this crystal here is not property damage and shouldn't be a bust to Ghost. I disagree with that, because I think that crystal is a part of the whole monument that has been built here. To me, it seems pretty obvious that it's been built by intelligent creatures. Remember that when we used the stones here, there were beams that shot out from them, or actually emitted from each statue into the crystal, and then there were also a couple of Spitfire missiles that came from the ceiling above it and shot into the crystal. So although that, I guess, is scripted, it is triggered by us freeing these deities and using these stones. And I interpret this whole assembly as property, as designed by somebody intelligent, which is what the rules is referring to. He claims that the crystal is a natural object that just hung from the ceiling here to begin with. So either way, and I'd like your opinion on it, of course, I will count that as a bust still. He won't. So end of that discussion right there. We now need to, instead of heading up here, actually return down below. And we don't want to do that. So we actually want to head in that way. But we need some other items in order to do that. So I'm going to go pick up those items first. So we are now on the guild halls level. So we need to head down to where Bantar's contact book is, because getting through the boulders here was another bust, not because of destroying the boulders, but because that made so much noise. But that's the second area he found a workaround. We can actually do that without alerting anybody. Okay, so we are getting spotted here. We don't want to, of course. Let's see if we can go through this way. Didn't sound like we got any alerts there. But here we do. Okay. Seems like we're hitting some traffic here. Let's see. If we hide here, can we get...
What was?
Unfortunate with the timing of the patrols here, but let's see if we can do it. Are we safe here? Maybe we are, maybe we aren't, I'm not sure. I think you almost need perfect shadows to fool those little spider bots there. Okay. Gonna make a real save here. We're just gonna end up saving over these other ones, I think. This one first. Because what Galaer found, which I would never have realized, is that you can use a flare to destroy these. Oh, no, you have to light it first, that's right. So that bot hears it if it's too close. So we, of course, don't want that to be the case. So we want to wait here a little bit, but now that bot did not alert. And the small spider bots can also alert to this, but then they alert this worker bot, so you can usually hear it in... And that mechanist always hunts like this, so it would probably say something if it actually had heard us. So that eliminated, I think, the biggest bust. Because that was us being detected to hunt mode, but now we don't have that. Yeah, there's no alerts here from anybody, so that's great. Okay. So now you actually get four pieces of boulders, or 4 boulders. Let's see. We want to also get I want to get the items that I would have normally taken. Yeah, we weren't heard there. So what I see now is actually that the way I did it, we get 2 of these blue geodes. And we get a total of 6 smaller boulders. Last time I only got, I think I got 3 boulders last time in one of those geodes. I think maybe it was because the flare dropped down from the top boulder onto the second boulder directly. So maybe we just, through random happenstance, got more here. But anyway. We want to take the fire arrows, and we want to take that contact book, which of course checks off that objective. Now what we want to do is we want to bring some of these items with us. We want... What I've been able to do before is bring 1 of those geodes and 3 of the other boulders. So that's what I'm going to do now. We need to bring those with us.
What?
And we obviously do not want to get caught. Can be a little bit risky to go through the prison area because that's not dark, so I probably want to use this route here. So we're now walking east and then back north. And we need to head into the area that I showed you where the elevator was. And last time I think I did this with 1 geode and 3 boulders. Maybe 4. I think it was only 3. Or not boulders, rubble. They're small boulder pieces. Wait these guys out here. Hitting bad traffic. Okay, so this will be a little bit tedious. Now, for Supreme, technically I should bring these rubble pieces back. I'm not going to do that to save a little bit of time. That would only be another Supreme bust, but that can easily be eliminated if you take the time to return them. The point here is to remove the ghost busts. That's the whole reason I'm doing this part of the video. So this area you guys haven't seen before. I forgot to show this area. I said I was going to, but I forgot to. Up here you can see another of those mass guardians that we remember maybe from Bantar's lab. And that Guardian can alert us if he sees us or hears us. Now this is then the path up to Bantar's lab. But let me show you what happens when you get close to that area. You have an avalanche of different boulders, giant boulders that fall down. I think I showed you that from above. So I always consider this a trap, but it really is not. And Galaer pointed that out, and I do agree with him. This is not a trap. This is a scripted environmental effect that just happens because we are in the area. It's not anything that triggers to our presence. It's not like Bantar knows we're here, and then it triggers. It is just something that occurs because we are moving into an area, and the game wants you to see that this area is blocked off. It's actually not meant to kill you, I think. Here it's just meant to block it off, because if you walk over here, you're not going to get killed by those. You would just probably see it and then take another way. So I do agree that that is not a bust, even though those boulders alert this guard to second level. You have to drop it very carefully here in order not to get alerted by that guy. So let's try 3 of those boulders. I believe that should be enough. This is a straight shot, but like I said, it's more risky, so we might need to...
What?
Yeah, we can't do that.
Okay, did I?
So I think I saved here, so I believe we are in a perfect shadow. Yeah, we are. Big blue geo, that's the one that you can blow up, right, to get the weak version of the explosive charge. So you can move faster with those. We won't get seen by the spider bot, so, or the bot. That wasn't an alert, by the way. So getting the contact book without alerts is the one strat he developed. This one, getting up to the lab by this way is another. And there's a third one that I actually didn't count as a bust, but in case you guys disagree, then we can eliminate that too. I'll talk about that when we're done with this whole ordeal. So I'm not sure if we can actually leave this closed. This makes a little bit more noise when it's dropped. The mask makes haunt sounds when it alerts, so it's pretty easy to recognize. So I think 2 more boulders should do it, or rubble pieces.
Thought I saw.
Yeah. There's no point in even going through that way. Why do I do it?
Thought I saw.
I think those will head north, so we can wait them out a little bit.
Hey, did that?
The fact that they lump together like that is actually what we are going to use for the 3rd strat. When you're gone for a long time, enemies tend to congregate quite a bit. Going this way is sometimes easier because then you're going with the flow of traffic. I'm gonna save it here. That might not be too smart, but I'm gonna do that. So yeah, in a normal circumstance, I would never want to even trigger this avalanche of boulders because alerting that guard isn't in my best interest, of course, but that shouldn't be a bust because we're not the one triggering it. It's a scripted event that we don't have any involvement in. It's just like triggering a conversation. There we go. That was not an alert. That was just idle noise. See if we can go get the last one here. If it doesn't work, then we might need to bring out the final one. Good. I don't want to bring a second geode because those you can't throw very far. You can't throw the geodes as far as you can the rubble. Did the same thing. So now they all end up together. They always do that. So the only objective that we have to begin with that requires us to go to Bantar's lab is to get the Book of Darkness. So that's why we need to go there. There's also some loot, but we should be able to get all the loot. There. Okay. Let's see. Let's make a real save here first. There. Okay, so what we have to do now, we don't want to trigger the avalanche, or, you know, mudslide, boulder slide, whatever you want to call it. We want to, first of all, throw the 3 small rubble pieces over there so that the falling boulders sort of gets blocked on those. But we do need a 4th item. And it's a little bit random, you know, where we have to place them, but ideally we want all the boulders to land at the bottom of the ramp. We don't want them to get into this little tunnel here, because then we can't pass them easily. We might be able to still, but we want to basically place 3 boulders over there. Now, if we throw a boulder from here, we're going to alert him. So we need to use a moss arrow here. So that we're going to do. Yeah, and he sees us if we stand up here, so let's see. I think that's pretty good. That is actually a pretty good shot. We want it to be in the middle, just to the right of that little mushroom that lights up. And we want the second one probably to be a little bit in the same spot just behind it. There, maybe. Let's try that. We have a real save to go back on if we need to. Now this one is bigger, which is good because it blocks the boulders better. But it's also more difficult to throw, so we're going to have to sort of throw that as we trigger. As we trigger the boulders. Let's try. This is going to have to require some steps here, or some tries. So now it's in hunt mode. So that's not too bad, actually. Let's see if we can actually... We can't squeeze through. Can we mantle over here? I don't know if we can. Let's give it a test save. Problem is that we need to be able to get back, but I think we can get back, actually. Let's see if we can do something here. I need to try this again. That actually looks a lot more promising. This should be possible, come on. Right. There we go. Now we just want to test that we can get back, but that should not be an issue here. Yeah. There. Yeah, there we go. So I would actually claim that this is not even, this isn't an engine exploit. We're using physical items to block other items, and alerting the Mass Guardian is not a bust either. So I think we're actually supreme clean with this too. We're not going to return the boulders, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Or am I? I don't know. I don't think I am, but you never know. Maybe when I come back down I get the feeling that I should. Maybe to be as supreme as I can, I should do that. So now we're going to approach the lab from the back end, and there is going to be a stationary fiend here. There. That the only way we can dodge him is to douse the torch here. And you can use a gas or a water arrow, of course. Get a first alert from him doing that. That's a first alert. So that we have to take. That's obviously 2 supreme busts there. 1 dousing a light, and 1 getting a first alert. Yeah. He's not in hunt mode, he's just... Now we have to check out the timing of these fiends again. We want to be out of the way of that guy. Do they come with any kind of interval here? We want to see where the biggest gap is. Because now we of course want to head to his lab. We do not want to head to the cloning machine. Yeah, I think after these guys. There we go. Okay. Saws there too. Well, this should be pretty good here. Let's see if we can get the loot here. Okay, these come in here. We have to sneak under. Let's just grab all of these right now. We need them, obviously.
This is just what I was looking for.
Even
Now
though-
I've got a real plan.
Even though that was not an objective to take those yet, it will be, so that's fine. Grab all these weapons too. Now, there's a light over there. That's going to get us caught with a first alert from the mask here, so that'll be another Supreme Bust, but... That's okay. Let's see if we can do this. If we go over here like that. He sees us there. I think we're too close. Or maybe actually we're too far away because I want to get over as far as I can without a first alert. I'll show you guys. Okay, so we... So I want to be even closer to the mask than that. You have to make sort of a little loop here to be able to get over. There. This is loot that we need. That's all the loot in here.
Hey, I know who this guy is.
Let's see. So once we hit the light from this, then we will take a first alert from the mask. Can't stop that, but I want to rush in under there. So there we got that first alert. Inevitable, I'm afraid. Okay. Now we want to take the books in here. All right. 1, 2,
Now to find some useful information.
3. So we got that those rare artifacts checked off, even though we took them first. Yeah. There we go. There. There's another first alert. 2 first alerts there going back and forth. But that's all we want to do up here. So now we have avoided killing any of the fiends, and we just want to leave. Which shouldn't be, hopefully, that difficult. Okay, we don't want to take any more first alerts here. Okay, that freed him up. Good. He saw me. Just worried that he would be stuck now, but I think we're pretty good here. Okay, I think we can go after this red guy. Oh no, that was the wrong way. There we go. Good. Just to check, we are missing the only objective is now the Dagger of Power, which we're going to have to get next. And then we have all the loot except for that dagger, right? Oh, I wish you could keybind the loot. Let's see. Yeah, that's all we need. Okay. Awesome. And again, big shout outs to Galaer for that method. So let me explain a little bit now. So when I opened the cages for the spiders and let those out, I didn't count that as a bust because the spiders' patrol route got altered when I opened the cage, and I didn't change their patrol route. That's a scripted response. But I do agree that it is a direct result of what I'm doing. Oh, we can move straight through that. That is weird. Okay, I'm not sure why that is, but anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to leave those boulders here and take an extra Supreme Bust. Anyway. But I guess that isn't technically right, because I am involved in opening the cage, and it's logical that the spiders would escape when the cage opens. And that's my doing. I don't know, though. I think that is a kind of a script that is not... The script changes behavior of the AI, and that's directly what the scripts are supposed to prevent. But the script rule also mentions beyond Garrett's control. That's the wording that's used. And since opening the cage was in my control, then yeah. But what we can do here is, if we now go straight down, hopefully the guards are patrolling more or less together. They usually are in a bundle together once you come back here. So the spiders will leave this cage, and then they will head to the northwest corner. If we release them as soon as the guards have passed this point, and then rush in to get the sword and head back south, or actually, if we head back down to this corner, then they will have passed that corner, and then we can run out and teleport to this room and then leave the mission. If we do that, we're going to be so far away that these enemies are never going to end up back at the spider, because the engine shuts off their patrol route. So they will probably be over here or something when we teleport away, and then their patrol will stop. So they will actually never reach the spiders. They won't. And we can see it in the stats. If it says no bodies discovered, then it means that they haven't actually fought, because they will kill some of the spiders. The spiders might kill one or two of the thieves, and they're going to detect the bodies and all that, and that will show up in the stats. So if that doesn't happen, that means that they never clashed unless we return to this area, which we're not going to do. So that's we are using the engine delay in triggering patrols when they are far away from Garrett to our benefit here. If we leave quickly, then they will never end up killing anybody. Never end up alerting or seeing anything either. So I agree with that. If we can do that, then that is the best and cleanest way of eliminating another possible bust here. So let's see. Let me just see where they are at this point. If they are indeed all patrolling together. They are. Let's actually try this right away here. Let me try this right away. They end up over there. And now that spider bot thingy sees us.
Oh, you got trouble now.
Okay, well I think I better go back here and then position myself and see what's up. At least now they're all together, that's the point. They're all patrolling together. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. And that's good. That's a good start. Let's give it a real save here. Let's go to the test save here for that. So the spiders are going to go out this hallway, so they need to pass this. Need to pass this area. Let's see. We can pick most of it. Try that. It probably saw something there, so maybe we should wait a little bit more. I think that's good, because now they were gone. So if we now head out...
Yeah.
Let's go this way instead. And then we can just head straight out, right? No, not here. That should be it. Yeah. Okay, good. Perfect. Not going to go over the stats. They're pretty much the same except for the 1 hour 59 minutes, 34 seconds. So yeah, we eliminated the killing of the fiends, getting all those alerted, and also that death mask up in Bantar's lab got alerted to second mode in my previous run. That whole thing we eliminated. We eliminated alerting anybody when we took Zilfin's contact book. I keep calling him Bantar, but that's Zilfin's book. Because we destroyed the boulders with flare, which was quiet. We did use a moss arrow and did not return the boulders when getting past the boulders to get up to Bantar's lair. And we also doused a torch and got a first alert from the fiend close by, but those are all supreme busts, so that mode is goner anyway. I still think that destroying the crystal to get up to the icicles in order to check off the objective to find Bantar's lab is property damage and a ghost bust, but I would like your guys' opinions on that. You can obviously check out my first video to see that whole scenario over again, and maybe that'll make you any cleverer. Doesn't matter. I claim it's a bust. Galaer claims it's a success, so that's okay. So I will see you guys next time. We'll be back with another dark mod mission next, a short one, and then we will go on to Hallucinations for Keeper of the Prophecies. So I'll see you guys back. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Bye-bye.